What's up guys, Shane here, Fugatech 3D Printing. Today we're going to check out the July MakerBox. Welcome back guys. As you know, I love doing these MakerBox videos. I think these are a great way to test out new filaments, and I will continue to do these as long as possible. To everyone that has used my links, thank you for helping out. It really does help getting me these in. I haven't had to pay one in a couple months, which is great. So if you want to subscribe to one and you like the video, down below is going to be how to do that. But let's dig in and get started. Okay, so we have the traditional MakerBox sticker. We have some Jelly Belly jelly beans, which we received in last month's as well. We have a 15% off for Micro Swiss, which is great. This though expires in July, because I actually tried using it before and it didn't work. And then we have a microswiss.com twin clad XT for a little sticker. And then we have the information card that comes in it. This used to be in a sticker pasted here to the top, but they no longer do that. And now they give you the card, tells you to join the community, receive a MakerBox. What should you print? They have a URL in case you're curious, what can I print with the 16 meters, I think it is, that they use of all of these. And then here are all the discount codes for the filament if you go to purchase some. But let's dig in. I think there's some good ones here. Up first, we have UV color changing by Filaments.ca. And let us check out the settings on this. So, hot end temperature, 190 to 230 C. Bed temperature, 50 to 80 C. Speed, 40 to 90 millimeters a second. It is abrasive, so any of these color ones, they are abrasive. And the info, a PLA that changes to a purple when exposed to UV light such as the sun. It is only slightly abrasive, so a hardened nozzle is recommended. So only slightened. You could print this with a regular brass, but again, you should get a plated nozzle, and that's where the MicroSys coupon comes into play there. So it's white right now, and it should be purple once we put it out in the sun. So we'll see how that goes. All right, we have a standard ABS from Ice. I think that's them, yeah, Ice, and their little logo kind of is Ice all in there. It's just weird looking. This is a bright pink. This will be, I don't do very much ABS printing, but I had success with last month's, so we'll see how this goes. Let's look at the settings. Hot end temperature is 220 to 260 degrees centigrade. The bed temperature, 80 to 100 C. Speed, 30 to 50. It is not abrasive. And the info, a low warping ABS. This color was chosen by the hashtag 3D Print Mafia community to celebrate Women's History Month. This is a very fantastic pink. Like it looks much brighter in the video, but it's much darker in person actually. So this should be pretty fun to print. Hopefully I can get it to print well since it's low warping, and we'll see how it turns out. Okay, here's gonna be a fun one. This is Cork Fill from Colorfabb, and this is another one on my bucket list of things I've wanted to print with. So this should be fun. All right, the settings are 210 to 30 on the hot end. I'm pretty sure that's supposed to be 210 to 230 degrees centigrade. The bed is 50 to 60 C. Speed 40 to 60. It is non-abrasive, which is interesting. I guess cork itself is not really an abrasive type of thing, but it's not abrasive either way. So the info, this is a PLA PHA blend filled with cork. Use a glue stick on glass or blue painter's tape for best bed adhesion. Slightly higher retraction settings may be needed. So this sounds like it might be a little bit stringy. Also, it prints a little bit hotter at 210 to 230, so it's like a high temp PLA, hence the PHA blend. But this is a very deep brown, so this should produce a pretty cool maker coin. And some flexible filament. This is Cheetah from Ninjatek. Ninjatek, they know how to do their flexible filament, so this should be very fun. All right, the settings. The hot end, 230, 240 C. The bed, 20 to 40 C. Speed, 60 to 80 millimeters a second. That's really fast for, I mean, I guess it's flexible. It's not like some of the Ninjatek, some of the other stuff they have. It's like really, really flexible. I can't think of the name right now, but it's like basically like a wet noodle. This is better. So it's not abrasive. And info, a flexible material that is designed for faster print speeds. Try first layer speed of 30 millimeters a second and use glue or blue painter's tape for best bed adhesion. So I do like how they give you a little bit of info on bed adhesion, because not everyone who receives this knows how to make each type of filament, adhere well to the bed. I'm being one of them. I'm only trying these all the first time. I've never printed with any of these filaments before that came in this box, so it's all up in the air. But pretty much if you know how to print ABS or PLA or PHA or a TPU, type of flex fill, you eventually figure it out. But this is a super duper bright blue, and I think this will be also really fun to print with. Okay, so next things to do, I need to find a spool to work with this month, and I need to get all these printed and show you guys some time lapses. So go with the time lapses, and I'll see you back here real soon. Alright guys, welcome back. Now before we get started, let's talk about the spool that I printed this month. This spool turned out okay. It's actually a great print, and it was actually for laywood, but they also had it tagged for the MakerBox, I guess thinking that it would be acceptable or suitable for the MakerBox. Sadly, it is not, because the diameter of where the filament goes is just doggone too big. I had to re-spool. I only was able to do this with the UV. I ended up re-spooling it onto this, and it just was not worth all that work. It just really wasn't. I didn't use it for any of the other ones. I actually used last month's, oh, you can't see it. It's a little one back there. That was a little bit too small. This one was a little bit too big. I think if I shrank this down maybe by like 15%, that would probably work out. I'm sure I could measure the inside diameter of these, do a calculation, and come out with how much percentage I should shrink this down, but I really don't want to do that right now. So yeah, I would have to shrink this down. It didn't work out as well as I wanted to. I mean, granted, it was for laywood. I guess laywood spools come a little bit bigger than the MakerBox does. So it is a great spool design though. It does take a super long time to print. The inside part here with the clips on it takes 6 hours. And the outside part, I think, took 4 hours. So it was a little bit longer, and it does use quite a bit of filament for this. But again, if you're going to print this once and have it for a long time, it really wouldn't be that bad. But it's a good design, so if you have laywood, try it out. But for MakerBox, it doesn't work out that well. Now to the prints. Okay, up first, we have the UV color changing by Filaments CA. And before we see color change, let's just talk about the print here. Let me do this so you can see it better. As you can see, there was a little bit of stringing, which I was not happy about. I guess I printed a little bit too hot. I printed this at 215, which is right about in the middle of what they were recommended. So there's a little bit of stringing there, but the walls came out beautifully. I mean, this is absolutely baby smooth. It's really, really nice. Underneath, where it printed over support areas and the overhangs, those came out great. Really no issues at all. There was a little under extrusion right here on the like the bottom layer. It just didn't quite make it up all the way there. I guess it just didn't adhere to a bed there properly. But I mean, the rest of it just came out absolutely great. Very crisp, not under extruded at all. I got it spot on the first time with this coin. So this is really cool. So now let's jump outside and see what it looks like in the sun. We're gonna check out how this coin looks now. And it's white, remember, it's UV color changing filament. So it should change in the sun. I don't know how long it's going to take, but we're soon to find out. So here it is in the sun. And look at that. It's purple now. That is pretty awesome. What do you think, Chloe?
I love it.
Pretty cool, huh?
Is that the squishy one?
No, it's not the squishy one. This one changes colors in the sun. Remember, like your beads? Huh? Yep, this changes color like that. So that's pretty cool, huh?
Does it change just purple?
Yeah, it just changes purple. Is that cool?
Different filaments change the different colors?
Some of them do.
Can I see?
Yep. All right, now next up we have Cork Fill by Colorfabb. This was a very cool filament, and when this prints, it actually smells just like a wood filament would, which was, you know, you have that like sawdust type of smell. It just smelled amazing. As you can see, again, a little bit of stringing. I printed this a little too hot. I did it at 215, which was, again, about in the middle of what actually 220 would have been in the middle of their range, but 215 was a little too hot on this. Walls came out pretty good. You see there's the one under extrusion part there, a little bit of under extrusion there, another few here. So it's clearly not very uniform in its diameter. So there were a few parts that did go down too small, and the extruder just couldn't extrude enough to have it nice and solid. Bottom here though came out pretty doggone nice. You're gonna see a little more, almost looks stringy simply because of the material it's made of. Wood filament does the exact same thing. Same thing over here, where PLA will bond much better than this does. It looks a little bit white here because of when it came off the build plate, but I'm sure if you just rough that up a little bit or wet it real quick, that would come away. But otherwise, I mean, it came out really nice. I'm a little bit upset about the random under extrusions, but it's also super lightweight. And like I said, this prints just like a wood filament, very easy to print. So it was nice, I like it. Okay, here we have regular ABS by Ice. And again, I am not an ABS wizard. I don't print very often with ABS at all. So the fact that this actually came out, I am just blown away. Very good extrusion. The sides came out pretty good. I think there's just that one, two, three, a few little under extruded parts. And those under extruded parts just mean it was not quite uniform in the extrusion, so it wasn't quite 1.75. The underneath though did not come out as nice as I was hoping. It started to warp on me, but I mean, it corrected itself. And it says this is a low warping ABS, but it still warped on me coming off the build plate. I'm not sure, right here was just some issues. I decided to let it go. I wanted to see what would happen. But I mean, as you can see, it just does not look very great there. It did great over top of the, these supports here, what were there. But you can see here how that isn't very crisp of a corner there. You can see here how this is just a little bit goofy looking. Under here, you can see that between the T and the F, how that kind of bows up because it was warping up. But otherwise, I mean, it came out great. I don't agree with their low warping, but you can take that with a grain of salt because again, I am not a person that prints ABS all the time. So, your mileage may vary, but it did warp for me. Okay, and finally we have Cheetah by Ninjatek. This stuff printed like a dream. I did have to print this twice because I put this filament on the last month's filament spool. It came off, it got tangled, and the print stopped, about a fifth of the way done, not even a quarter of the way done that it stopped. But this looks great. You can see a little stringing, which happens with flexible filament. I always have just a little bit. I can't quite get all of it away. Some people can have a flex filament print and it comes out beautifully. They don't have any stringing. Those guys are gods. I do have just a little bit of stringing here. I don't quite have the settings right. But extrusion wise, this came out great. This looks really bright on the camera. It actually is not that bright at all. It is very dark looking, like a navy blue. But the walls came out absolutely smooth. This is like way smoother than the UV did. I can't believe it. Bottom layer, really nice. It went down great. It almost looked like it was a transparent or translucent filament at first. It kind of shines a little bit. Not the sheen of it, but the actual filament itself has like a crystally shine to it under there, which looks really cool. But over top supports were great. The supports popped off with no problem, unlike previous TPUs that I've used. But this type, I guess, is not, it really is not that stringy, or it's not that flexible, because when I go to flex it, that's about as much as you can get out of it. Where I have some other flexible filaments where I can like bend this thing in half, but those came out very stringy and they took me multiple prints. I had to slow it down to like 10 millimeters a second. This printed at 15 millimeters a second with no problem at all. So I really like this filament, and I would thoroughly enjoy getting a roll and seeing what all I can print with it and how crazy I can get. All right, so there you have it, guys. This is the July MakerBox. It came out great. I mean, aside from the little issues with ABS and the Cork Fill under extruding in a few places, I think they all came out great. So thanks for watching, guys. And if you found this video helpful at all, please give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, hit the dislike button and let me know down below what I can do to make it better. I really enjoy doing these videos, so please like them and keep on watching. If you guys want to support me, the absolute best way to do that is to subscribe down below. It is absolutely free to you, and if you hit the little bell icon, you will get a notification anytime I upload content. If you want to support me financially, there's a Patreon link down below. go ahead and donate me $1 or more. I greatly appreciate it. My current patrons, you guys are awesome. You're what fund a lot of the things that I do. So please keep it up. And the more people we have, the more content I can provide. Other ways to support me without spending your money is down below. There's a whole bunch of affiliate links if you're doing any of your daily shopping from any of those shops. AliExpress, eBay, Banggood, GearBest, Amazon is the best one. Please use those links down below. A little slice of what you buy comes to me. And again, it helps make content for the channel. So I thank you guys for watching so much. And until next time, happy printing.